Hey everybody, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Tarot, and for today's pick a card reading, we're going to have a long one. This will be predictions for the year 2024, and this will encompass kind of what we're going to take a look at is the overall energy going into 2024. Then we will take a look at career, money. We'll also take a look at relationships, and then we will finally get some advice for the year to come. So go ahead and take a look at the three major arcana from the Bohemian Tarot that is going to be your overall energy for the year of 2024. For pile one, we have the Tiger's Eye. For pile two, we have the not rose quartz, but the clear quartz. And then for pile three, we have the jasper. So go ahead and take a moment to figure out which pile speaks to you, and I will see you at your reading. Hey there, pile one. If you chose the Tiger's Eye Tumbled Stone, this will be your reading for 2024 predictions and advice. So let's take a look first at your overall energies. Right now, for your overall energies, we have the moon. Things appear in a different light. Don't dream and imagine. Research and be sure. So we're also going to use the Light Seers deck to get some additional information as to what is coming in for the overall energy. But I think right away, the moon, when I see this card, it usually has to do a lot with things unseen. I think that you are being encouraged to not only, take a look at things that in a different way, but also really kind of zoom out and see kind of what the big picture is. I think that you are someone who is very much a straightforward person with the ability to stay extremely focused on the path ahead. And I think what you are being advised to do is kind of slowly pull back from that particular energy. Not that it hasn't been serving you, but I think 2024 is going to be a completely different energy than what you have usually operated in, if that makes any sense. So let's just get a couple cards for the overall energy and kind of what to expect in 2024. I've got quite a bit to say to you today. I'll put that there. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. Strength. And the Empress. Wow. Okay. So first thing that I see here in kind of conjunction with the moon is that this year is all about particular levels of growth. I think that you are very much I don't want to say that you've gone through something very trying, but I do believe the past 2 or 3 years have kind of not been the smoothest ride. I think that you are definitely in a period of slow moving growth, especially when it comes to your own personal goals and achievements. I'm not sure if this is true for all of you, but I am getting a very specific message that you had been pretty much held back from following your own wishes and dreams. And, this particular, it could have been a person or a job or just a circumstance that, was not in your favor. It very much looks like you're finally getting free of that. And, all these steps that you have been taking to kind of grow and achieve and really put yourself out there, this is going to be, you know, your year. I see that you are an extremely strong person. And you know, that strength and focus has really persevered through these past several years. But I think that this year is going to kind of throw you for a loop and put you in a different spectrum when it comes to the journey ahead. You know, the Eight of Cups here, you very much speaks to, you know, walking away and kind of following the golden path that, you know, leads to, you know, your own happiness. And I think that with the Page of Wands here too, you know exactly what that is, and you are ready to go and embark on that growth journey. But again, you're still in the very early stages. You know, the abundance of the Empress is, I believe, kind of here to remind you, because we have, you know, we have the Moon, we have the Empress, everything here is, there's a lot of circles. There's just a lot of what I think is something is going to be coming full circle for you. You have been through this period of growth and transition that has been, you know, pretty significantly challenging for you for the past couple years. And I think that, you know, you are finally, like I said, coming full circle to the point where you are reemerging as giving birth to your own self, if that makes any sense. I think that you have been kind of lying dormant and held back in several ways for the past couple of years due to some, you know, specific circumstance. And while you have remained strong and kind of, you know, stayed the course and been very focused, I do think that you are finally about to give birth to something that is very much for your greater good and spiritual growth, if that makes sense. So let's also take a look. I'm going to pull these away, and we are going to take a look at your career. And I did already pull some oracle cards for you in the space of career. So let's take a look at that first. You have the Wizard of Awareness. The Wizard of Awareness is about knowing what your soul needs and knows best, and being able to be mindful and observant about what's going on in the world around you. With this particularly being, you know, the part of the reading that is based on your career, I think that with the overall energy that we were getting in the past little, you know, group of cards, really does have a lot to do with like I said, zooming out and seeing the bigger picture when it comes to this year. This applies to the environment kind of within you too. So, you know, if you are someone who struggles to see inside yourself, making sure that you step inside kind of an observer position. Like I said, with, you know, just a little bit ago, I think you are somebody who is very much focused on the straight and narrow and line in front of you. And I think you do have to really kind of zoom out and be aware of the things that are not only going on within you that other people might notice. So you're going to have to take that third person look at yourself and observe from a person on the outside in. But then also, I think that this particular perspective is really going to give you some insight as to where you're going to want to go, specifically in your career path. You know, the original first beginning part of this reading, I do think, you know, not only is there a spiritual path, but I do think you are embarking on some sort of a new career and growth, and maybe they could be completely intertwined and linked. Most things are. But let's take a look real quick at the energies and some more specific information regarding the career piece. Oh, okay, you really wanted to come out, I can tell. Yeah, all right. That makes actually a lot of sense just seeing the few cards that have been flying out. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity. We have the Three of Swords, a past, struggle or heartbreak, essentially. We have the Fool, again, embarking on a new journey. The Four of Swords, periods of rest and recuperation. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, the beginning of a financial career decision and journey. So right away, I do think that with this career opportunity that is coming before you, I think that there's a lot of you who are probably questioning your past career moves and that you are going to be possibly going back to school. I think that there has been a lot of, for the past couple of years, there's a lot of struggle and you have been in dire need of a lot of rest. And, you could be, people who are in a lot of stressful type career roles. I think that this is something that very much, I don't want to say, kind of broke your heart, but really kind of broke your spirit. Maybe it has a lot to do with it not being as not convenient, but maybe, how do you say it? I would think that it would be not quite suitable for you as a person. So it's something that maybe sounded really good on paper, but once you actually got into it, it might not have been something that really spoke to your actual nature and your actual strengths. So what I do see here for this particular career piece is, after all is said and done with the past couple years, you are now deciding to embark on a whole new path. You could be going back to school to learn a new trade. You could be taking a brand new position and severing particular ties with something in your company or whoever you work for that was really challenging and difficult for you and just was not suited to your nature. But either way, I do see that there is a new beginning and a new prosperity that it will be coming. You are very much starting. There is a wonderful golden opportunity that is coming to you, and I think that you are being advised to in 2024 really kind of take that leap of faith and see where it takes you. I think that this is going to give you a lot of inner peace and also make you realize that this particular path that you have chosen, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to kind of like live and die when it comes to, the stress related to work. This is something that's going to come very naturally to you. This is something that is going to really bring you a lot of peace and joy and still while you're learning it. Does that make any sense? But either way, I do think that you are going to have to, see the bigger picture when it comes to how this plays into 2024 and really take a look at what is important to you when it comes to your career. Does it have to do more with, I get the sense that it's not all about financial stability with you. It has a lot more to do with, I want to be happy and feel good about what I'm doing versus just, making that money, and having something that is, just not doing your soul very much good. So that's kind of what I see here for your career. And, I really think that this is an amazing energy. You're definitely leaving something behind that, did not suit your nature. And, with the Ace of Pentacles, I think, these particular opportunities that are going to be coming your way in 2024 are kind of I don't want to say one in a million, but, they're presenting themselves to you for a reason. And I think that, so long as you stay in this page energy where, you are eager and willing to kind of, stay in that early journey and learning and growth mode, then I think you will be extremely happy with how fulfilling your career is for 2024. So next, let's go ahead and move on to money. Well, career and money kind of go hand in hand, but let's just take a look. And right now we are going to grab the Fortune Oracle for this, as well as the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. So we got these two cards. We got goals and we got beware. Be careful of who you trust at this time. And progress is positive and personal. Goals will be achieved. And I do want to kind of elaborate a little bit on the goals piece. This particular card has a lot to do with, you know, almost the feeling of being restless or possibly, you know, being learning new skills, feeling bored, but wanting to learn some new skills, or even taking up like a new hobby, or you know, just really needing something that will kind of spark some creativity in you. If you have some ideas to kind of convey to people and kind of persuade to go along with when it comes to, you know, your financial space, I would probably say that, you know, you are in the driver's seat and things are definitely going to go in your favor. There's a very unique achievement around you that is going to really kind of start kicking these goals into plan. But I do want to say, if you're going to be taking somebody, you know, along with you on this particular venture, you know, the beware card is very much a warning sign. You know, just it's kind of, I get the sense that you are being advised to be careful in your financial and personal, you know, life at this time. Just, you know, avoid being excessive and really evaluating the risk versus reward that you have going. You know, the wrong advice could really see you losing money. So just be careful. Don't get wrapped up in, you know, get rich quick schemes. Don't lend money. You know, it's just not a good time in 2024 to focus on anything but yourself and your own particular financial goals. So let's take a look and see if we can get a little bit more information for the financial piece. You guys stay there. Okay, pile one. Can we get some money? Oh, here we go. Nice. We got the Fool card again. King of Swords. You're all just wanting to flip around in these piles. You got the Nine of Pentacles again. Yeah. These were cards that came out in your overall reading as well, which is really awesome to see. I always love it when there's, you know, visual confirmation. So we have the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Fool, and the Sun, which is spectacular. Again, with the Fool, you know, kind of what we were talking about with the career piece, I do think you are being called to go on, you know, a journey that technically you wouldn't have considered before. These, with the Moon card that was kind of in your overall energy, again, I do think this is something that is unexpected, something that is not typically, visible to you in a very practical sense. So you are going to have to be really tap into what I think is going to be your creative side of things, instead of being so focused intellectually and mentally. I do think the King of Swords is here in that capacity. You know, this is Gemini energy. It's all about, you know, communication and thought. And I do think that you are somebody who is prone to overthinking. So just kind of be mindful of that piece. And don't shoot yourself in the foot when it comes to kind of overthinking yourself into self-doubt. If if that makes sense. I feel like I say that all the time. Okay. But there is some sort of collaboration effort that's coming. And, you know, it's along with the Beware card. I think that you're going to have a lot of people coming in and out of your life in 2024 that may be, you know, trying to get you to go on financial ventures with you, and you are going to know who to trust at this time. You really need to pay attention to your intuition and understand that, you know, there is abundance coming in. You just really need to trust, you know, this particular path and journey you're on, and really keep your goals in front of you as to what you want to achieve in 2024 and how you're going to get that. So, you know, breaking it down into little pieces, little bite-sized chunks in order to, move forward every single time, and not kind of be bogged down in the gritty day-to-day, like the daily grind. You are really going to have to, you know, keep that energy that we talked about a little bit ago about being zoomed out and seeing the bigger picture. With the Nine of Pentacles here, I do see a lot of abundance for 2024. Whatever this journey is that you are going to be collaborating on with a lot of people, I think that you are going to be extremely successful. The Sun is all about positivity and warmth. And like I said, I think that with the career reading and the money reading kind of going hand in hand here, there is this really beautiful energy of finally you getting what you want, and, you know, taking this risk that was going to really bring you in touch with people who you can collaborate with, people you can trust, and really build your prosperity. So that's pretty cool. I really love that money reading. Okay, let's take a quick look at your relationship stuff that's going on. I do have the 2 relationship oracle cards here, and then we will also take a look at a different tarot deck. We'll use the Tarot of the Abyss for this one. But let's see what you got here for overall relationship energy. We have unrequited. Am I saying that right? Requited? Blech. Whatever. Love and let go of control issues. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, and let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Right away, I do think that you are chasing something that is possibly not quite for you. You know, for 2024, I kind of think your overall energy that we discussed earlier is kind of coming all together in all of these different avenues of your life. And I think that you have a very good idea of who and what you want, but at the same time, you're not able to force the situation, and I don't think you like that very much. But again, you know, it's all about what is being presented to you and good for you in the divine timing piece. So, you know, this particular person or relationship that is not beneficial or actually on the same level as you, you're going to have to make sure, if you want to stay in this particular relationship, you're going to have to really let go and realize that you can't force this to be positive, or you can't force it to be, you know, fixed if you're going through something, or, you know, if there is somebody that you're kind of chasing that has been kind of leading you around and you're not quite sure if they're interested or not. They might be just, you know, dangling, you know, themselves in front of you for their own amusement, as far as just, you know, getting attention. So I think that you're going to really have to pay attention to kind of the signs and signals and realize that you're not in control of this situation, and walk away again from, you know, something that is really not going to happen. But let's take a look and see what other things are popping in for love in 2024. All right. Get him out of the way here. Okay. Oh, and we have the Page of Cups on the back. So let's take a look here. We have the King of Wands, big fire energy. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. All right, scooch, guys. We have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Strength again. And then one that decided to just kind of fly out. Let me grab it real quick. What did we get here? Yeah, the Two of Wands, definitely. So I do think that you, again, with the unrequited love and letting go of control issues, I think that you are somebody who is kind of very much stuck in this mental, I don't want to say overthinking, because it's not overthinking, but you're definitely kind of trying to analyze this relationship from every angle and really kind of replaying situations and interactions with this person over and over again, and just really trying to search and see where the heck the hidden meaning is. Do they like me? Do they not like me? Do they want to continue with me? Do they not? I think that you have a lot of kind of decisions and evaluations to make in 2024 when it comes to this person. This person that's coming in does not seem to be ready for your particular, for this relationship, I guess. I think that you are being told to, for 2024, you're just going to have to start kind of not looking at it from a loss perspective, but kind of looking at it from like, I just dodged a bullet perspective. I think that things are going to be coming to you in 2024 where you are going to realize that, oh yeah, if I would have stuck with that person all through 2024, all through, all these changes and everything, it's very much going to be kind of to your detriment. I think that you realizing that is going to be very difficult and challenging, but there's this acceptance and this focus on yourself and really making sure that you don't settle and you're going to keep looking, and really making sure that you don't, like I said, settle for something you don't want just because that person is who you think you want. It doesn't look to me like this person has any sort of embodiment of the things that you really need and want at this stage in your life. I'm going to, the Page of Cups kind of popped out, and I feel really called to check the next one. Yeah, okay, the Four of Cups. So, and the Queen of Swords was hanging out right here. Okay, yeah. Sometimes it does just kind of pop out and show you what is going on. So the Queen of Swords, I really do think is you have both the King and the Queen of Swords here, and there's a lot of energy and fire energy that's coming in with you in regards to this particular person. I do think that this person is waving you off and is not quite interested, but you have this perseverance and feeling, like I said, the need to kind of force the issue. And I do think that you are going to have to really draw on your intuition and your inner strength, as well as really take a step back and look at how this person aligns with your particular needs and wants in life, and be realistic. That's pretty much what I'm seeing here. It's not going to be easy, and I do think that there is, you're not going to be super happy with the outcome. But at the same time, I think there's a reassurance here that you will absolutely, continue to search and really decide to not settle when it comes to finding the person that you want to take on this particular journey with. So that's what I got for your love reading. And now we'll just get some advice. Of course, I dropped it. We'll just get some advice for 2024. Get those. We'll use the Abyss Tarot again. So we have patience and we have stress. cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments. And then patience, manifestations are on the way. I do think that that speaks to so many things that we talked about in your reading. With the stress, being able to cleanse and detoxify from unnecessary commitments, that very much goes with the career and finance piece of being, beware and staying away from people that do not have your best interests at heart. And then also, the patience piece is really with the overall energy where, you very much are somebody who's very forthright and wants to kind of force the issue and make things happen just so, and have a very particular idea of how things are going to go. And, it very much might come to your fruition, but at the same time, I think you are maybe manifesting, and especially with the financial piece, you're manifesting a lot of new changes and spiritual growth, as well as, opportunities for career and improvement. You definitely wanted to come out. Let's just see what else. Aw, got the sun again. Always awesome. Is that all we got? That is all we got. Okay, not too much for the rest. So we have the Nine of Cups. Yeah. We have the Lovers, decisions. And we have the Empress. So you, in your overall reading before, really, you're getting repeat cards here. The Sun and the Empress definitely were in your overall energy. And I really did did my best to explain that, this abundance of energy that is coming in is really about you giving birth to a new self, so to speak. With the Nine of Cups here, I do think you are being advised to kind of explore all your options and really see what is going to align with what you want and where you want to go in 2024. Things are going to be lining up very specifically for you, and there's going to be a lot of decisions ahead. I think that you are going to have to really release that control and kind of, dumb down the stress so that you can pay attention to your intuition, because, there's going to be a lot of warmth, abundance, and, all these decisions and choices around you. And you very much know, I feel very called to look at the back of the deck here. Yeah, the Hermit. That is so funny. I was going to say, you're going to feel very called to make these particular decisions, and these decisions and the answers are already within you. You just need to go within. You very much know what the answers are to all these questions and how to go about everything you want. You just need to listen to that little man inside you, or woman, or whatever, inside you, to really take a moment to understand and be silent and still within yourself, and hear that little voice that's telling you exactly what to do. And beware of that overthinking. You had a lot of air, communication, sword energy in there. Those thoughts, while you are a very intelligent, intellectual person, I do think, like I said, you have that tendency to overthink, and the answers are definitely within you. There's only so much your brain is going to do. Really pay attention to your intuition and the Empress side of you, which is, all about, this beautiful birthing energy and the inner guide. And, it's similarly to like the world, where, you are connected to everything and everyone, and you have these particular thoughts and ways of doing things inside of you. You just need to learn how to kind of harness your own intuition and manifest it in the way that you want, and have patience. Very much have patience. They're all on the way. You are very much in another energy for 2024 that is pulling you out of the struggles that you experienced in the past 2 or 3 years. So, for you, Pile One, I think that 2024 is going to be a beautiful year of growth and achievement ahead, and I hope you enjoyed your reading. This might have been a little bit of a long one, so thank you for being here. And if you resonated with your reading, I would very much appreciate it if you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That is the easiest way you can help me grow, and I will hopefully see you in another few days when I release my next reading. Take care. Hey there, Pile 2. If you chose the clear quartz, this will be your reading for all about 2024. We are going to, like I said in the intro, we are going to, I'm going to swap that out. We are going to take a look at your overall energies today, as well as take a look at career, money, relationships, and then finally get some advice as to, what also is ahead for 2024. So I'm just going to grab the Light Seers deck here real quick, and we are going to take a look at the major arcana that is going to define your 2024 period. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes we are at the mercy of fate, and all we can do is wait for our luck to change. Everything is always on the move. Yeah, let me just give these a quick little shuffle real quick. So, for you, Pile 2, I really do think, especially with the Wheel of Fortune as your major energy, is, something is finally coming, either full circle, or you're moving out of an energy that has kind of been stagnant for the past, several months, even a couple years. Let's see what else is going. Wow. All right, we're just gonna fly all over the place. I think one just flew over here. Got it. Anything else? Okay. All right. So, like I said, let's see what the Wheel of Fortune has for you this year. So we have the Six of Cups, we have the Three of Wands, we have Judgment, we have Two of Pentacles, and we have the Two of Cups. I'm just going to pop you right here so that you and everything stay in the frame. Okay. Well, let's see. So for you, Pile 2, like we were talking about just before the shuffle and everything went crazy, was that the Wheel of Fortune is on the move. This is something that I very much see is finally coming about in your favor with the Judgment card here. I do see that there is some sort of Pile 1 had almost like a rebirth, and I do get the sense that there is something, the similar type of energy of a rebirth, but I don't think you're giving birth to a whole new person, within yourself. I do think there is going to be kind of a new lease on life when it comes to, personal relationships, as well as kind of returning to your more simpler self. The Six of Cups is here, and it has a lot to do with nostalgia and your inner child, and really paying attention to the things that made you happy, and brought you joy in the not so distant past. The Three of Wands here, I do think there is a lot of seeking, that you are trying to almost like kind of hermit energy, if you know what I mean. Like there is a seeking or a journey that you are going on within yourself that is very much trying to bring you back to who you are, at your most simplest form, at your happiest form. With the Judgment card, like I said, I think you are being very much called to this particular change within you. This may be spiritual, but I really do think this has a lot more to do with your relationships in 2024. There's a lot of kind of emotional harmony that I think is going to be coming through in 2024, and almost like a decision that is going to be somewhat of a collaborative effort. So for some of you, I just got, a thought just popped in my head that maybe you and your partner, significant other, have been going through a really difficult time these past couple of years, and maybe you have made you came so close to kind of giving up, but I think that you've made the decision to kind of forge forward, and now the exterior stress that maybe had been getting put on your relationship, as far as Maybe your career, maybe finances were playing a factor. Maybe other people were playing a factor in the harmony of your current relationships. But for whatever reason, I do think 2024 is all about repair and kind of returning to the simplest form and understanding what the simple things are that make you happy and choosing that, essentially. So that is kind of the overall energy that I see for 2024. And in a nutshell, I do think this is going to be a lot more about personal relationships and growth for you in 2024. Let's see what we got going on for career. We have encouragement. That's always nice to see. The encouragement card is, pretty similar to what it sounds like, actually, the encouragement. So with your career, I do think that you are in a period of stability. You're definitely, moving in the right direction. But I do think that you have kind of been holding back significantly when it comes to, new territory, being comfortable with new things, kind of stepping out of your comfort zone, so to speak. So I really do think that you are being challenged this year in 2024 to really make a jump out of your comfort zone and really take a look at what it's going to be to kind of, push you and propel you forward into things that may end up advancing you or making you happier in the long run. But let's take a look and see what they have to say. Pile 2, career, Spirit. Oh my gosh, you gotta love that card when it comes out. There. Anything. They got a lot. Wow, they have a lot to say to you about your career. That's really interesting. You have so many cards here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay, I just dropped the Hermit. That's always got to be lovely. So we have the Page of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, you got the Wheel of Fortune again. We have also the Six of Wands. We have the Two of Cups, which you had in your overall energy. We have the Magician. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. All right. Yeah. And then the one that decided to make a jump for the floor was the Hermit. So I'm just going to kind of throw him out there because he doesn't really have a place and they just have a lot to say to you, pile 2. So, you know what? I'm just going to have to be a little weird when it comes to this right now. Okay. Whew, this is a lot of info. Okay, so I think that you have been in the past couple years really kind of building your career, and maybe you have had some ups and downs within your career, and you do have but you've been so diligent. You've been so collaborative and harmonious and really kind of doing the work to search and find new ways of doing things and really kind of speak to your calling. But I think, like the encouragement card said, I think that you are being challenged in 2024 to kind of think outside the box and also really look and see what else is going to be out there for you when it comes to achievements. I do see a lot of manifestation and personal success with this. You are, somebody who is probably at the beginning of a pretty lucrative career. Maybe you are just in the first few years after, getting out of college or learning a trade, and you've been super diligent about really making sure that you learn and hone your skills. This has been a really victorious and successful path that you have been on. And I really do think that you have a really wonderful internal guide and that you've been coming you've been staying true to who you are, and this therefore has been giving you a lot of emotional fulfillment when it comes to being satisfied with your career. That's not to say that you haven't had some significant ups and downs when it came to this, but I really do see this sense of like persevering and really having this awesome positive energy of, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. Not that anything has been really difficult per se, but each challenge is more of like a learning opportunity. And I do see that, again, with the Wheel of Fortune here, if there was a period of time, especially since it's right next to the Five of Cups, if there was a period of time where you were struggling and wondering if this was really, worthwhile for you, take this as a sign that yes, you followed your inner guide and you were very much on the path to, prosperity in 2024. I do think that things are going to work out absolutely perfectly. And there's not going to be a lot of struggle. You are manifesting at a very, very high rate. And there is a lot of harmonious collaborations that are going, to be presented to you in 2024, especially if you stay on the path that you are on, and being so diligent and open to learning new things, and just really being that adventurous spirit as to, a sponge, I guess. You're a sponge is what I'm seeing is, you're learning and growing and also creating all at once. And it's really, really, really awesome. So, okay, that is your career. And hey, you know what? Good career cards readings are always nice. Nobody ever wants to hear bad stuff about their career. Okay, and now let's take a look at your money situation. And I grabbed a couple fortune oracles for this. We have the Chariot and we have Thorns. Chariot is charge ahead with confidence and stay strong and focused. Thorns is weathering the challenges ahead will bring in new and positive future. And I do want to kind of take a second to kind of pay attention to these two cards here. The Chariot is a very much a fast moving energy. And I do think, especially with kind of the career reading that we just had, it really ties into this financial piece. And I get the sense that, with this Chariot card here, you are very much a force to be kind of reckoned with. The time is right to, really lay your plans for the future and make those firm foundations. I do think that this really is representative to you of finding not only your life's purpose, but actually really being in harmony with what, with like the success that is going to be coming your way at such a rapid rate. I really think that there's going to be a lot of really rewarding, abundant type financial situations that are going to be coming in just based on the fact that you are an extremely hard and diligent worker. The Thorns here, like I said, 2024 is not going to be without its particular challenges. And, with the Thorns card here, especially regarding like, money and financial harmony is very much the key to survival. And that was something that we saw in your career reading when it came to, very harmonious and prosperous type relationships. So, being able to pay attention and having, I don't want to say that there's any sort of personal suffering. I think the Thorns are very much indicative of, challenges bringing changes in your life. So, there's going to be always, with the career piece, we had the Five of Cups, and there's always a little bit of loss, right? Anytime you take significant leaps and risk, or even 2024 is a year, it's not going to be all, highs. There's always going to be some lows. But I do think with the Thorns, you are being advised to, for 2024, let go of the old ways that don't serve you, in order to kind of break free and get into this new, charging forward energy. But it does, I do think that you are really going to be looking at how things are going to benefit you in the long run, and you're just going to have to kind of, weather these particular challenges that are coming ahead in order to propel you to the next level, if that makes any sense. But let's take a quick look again and get a little bit more information from the tarot when it comes to money. What we got going for money for pile 2, Spirit? Oh my. Yeah. Okay. Well, they had a lot to say right off the bat. Again, we got the Ace of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the 5 of Wands. Okay, so I do think that there is something that you're going to struggle to get over in 2024 when it comes to moving ahead with your career, finances, and opportunity. I think that while this, you need to focus on charging ahead and being very, like I said, focused, just be careful that you do not try to force things in a way that is going to kind of upset the cart, so to speak. I think that you very much feel trapped in this very slow moving energy. 2024, as far as your the career is going to be going like, but I do think that with the financial piece, there's great potential for growth and energy and abundance that's coming in, but it's going to be slower than what you like. And you're going to feel somewhat restricted and trapped by, did I really make the right decision? Things aren't quite panning out. There's a lot of, disappointment or a lot of thoughts that you're going to have that really are going to be kind of self-limiting in the fact where you're going to kind of doubt yourself. And I do think that, especially here with the 8 of Swords, these challenges are not what they seem. I think that you very much have this, golden little coin hand of opportunity coming towards you, but just be prepared to not be able to force the issue. With the Chariot card, it does say to charge ahead with confidence and stay strong and focused. And I do really think that with the financial piece, that's going to be kind of something that comes after the career success. You might want it immediately and really will be kind of fighting for that. And I think you're being told to kind of slow your roll and kind of understand that this is going to be a marathon and not a sprint, if you know what I mean. But that is not without challenges. I do potentially see that, whatever ideas that you have to improve your financial situation is very much going to be challenged by others. But I do think you need to kind of stay the course and stay strong, because whatever is being presented to you is very much going to be prosperous in the way that you will be able to definitely see your way through and be successful in that part of your life when it comes to the financial piece. It's going to look dreary for a little bit, and maybe you might have a little bit of ups and downs, but I do think that you're going to be absolutely fine when it comes to the financial piece. I think that most of the focus right now is building the career, and then the financial piece is going to absolutely follow. So that's what we got for money, money, money. And now let's take a quick look at your relationships. And kind of remember what I said with 2024 being very much a year of building relationships and creating that harmony for yourself. We do have the 2 love cards here. We got passion and true love, which is beautiful. This is the romance of a lifetime. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Well, that's always, my gosh, maybe we should just stop the reading right here when it comes to the romance or relationship part, because I can't see. you getting any other really awesome stuff other than that. But I did see, you know, in the very beginning for some of you that it looked like you and possibly a partner had been going through quite a bit, and, you know, you taking the time to persevere and kind of really come back to each other in your most simplest form. I think this is just confirmation that what your decision was, to really work on your relationship and not give up and stay the course with each other is very much, there's going to be some sort of rekindling this year of some significant love and passion. And for those of you who are not already with somebody, it looks like there is going to be something coming in pretty quickly for you. So let's take a look and see what we got for pile 2, love and relationships. Anything? Okay. We have Temperance. We have the Emperor. We have the Queen of Swords. Oh, we have the Sun. What do I want to do here? What am I doing here? Okay. I always have to make it just so, and it just really irritates me when I can't. Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Sun, Temperance, and the Emperor. I really do think that this is a real energy of taking charge and really sticking in your power and paying attention to your thoughts. I think with the Temperance piece here, there is a lot of emotional collaboration that's going to be going on between the two of you. And this has been kind of like a very much a, you know, we're going to wait and we're going to take our time and we're going to kind of, you know, return back, like I said, to the simplest form and let things flow naturally. We're not going to force anything. And this really is going to bring a lot of happiness and passion into this relationship. For those of you who are single, I really think that for the Emperor card, there may be somebody coming in who really is kind of a take charge individual, and you are going to be extremely happy with, you know, kind of being able to take the back seat for a little while and letting somebody else kind of do the pursuing and you know, making you feel cared for and needed. I think this is something that you've been waiting for a very, very long time. And I think that especially, you know, with the Seven of Swords here, it's kind of, this particular deck, the Seven of Swords is not particularly about, you know, deceit or anything. It has a lot more to do with kind of watchful waiting and being careful of not kind of dwelling on negative aspects or should I say, like, how do I want to say, just being careful of what you are waiting and watching and asking for, essentially. I do think with this one, there's going to be some really high expectations, and I do think you're being advised to kind of go back to you know, more of a position of letting things kind of flow abundantly and naturally on its own, and not living in your head too much when it comes to whether or not this person is right for you, because I do think that there's a lot of love and passion here. But, you know, again, with every relationships, it's always going to have its ups and downs. And I think that you are somebody who has a lot of insecurities when it comes to fidelity. Possibly, you know, I don't know if somebody has broken your trust in the past, but you are really going to have to pay attention to what your thoughts are and really stay in that positive energy and not living in the shadow side where it's all deceit and constant worrying and really and just, you know, always worrying about something that you cannot control. So whether, worrying about somebody cheating or whether or not they're doing this or this or that, I think you're really going to have to let things go, kind of stand in your own power and just say, whatever will be, will be. I cannot force this issue. I can't control them. I can only control myself, and my own thoughts. And, not to neglect that you have had, trying circumstances, but you have to also realize that this person is not the person that kind of screwed you over before. This is a very different relationship full of different possibilities, and really being able to control that intellectual mind of yours and bring yourself back to, positive thinking and harmony. And because, just always staying at those lower level vibrations is going to put a lot of stress and unnecessary negativity into the relationship. So I do think you are being encouraged to be a lot more carefree and kind of go with the flow, and really take hold and ownership of your own thoughts and actions, because that's, all you can do in order to keep the harmony and keep the peace and have this beautiful warmth and growing part of 2024 when it comes to your love and relationships. Okay, so with that, let's take a look finally at your last cards for 2024, just your final advice. Self-limiting beliefs and moving on. Yay! Okay, so your advice here, like what we were just saying with the whole relationship piece, is, endings that bring healthy beginnings, and self-limiting beliefs, negative thoughts are creating a roadblock in your life. I did see that in the last reading, or I'm sorry, not last reading, but in the relationship part of this reading, where, like I said, about, staying at a higher vibration and really focusing on the positive aspects of the things that you have going on. But yeah, let's take a look and see if we can get more information about overall advice for 2024. Anything else coming in for 2024? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords. You got that earlier in your reading as well. We have two Ten of Swords. I love that. It's such a goofy deck. Three of Swords, Eight of Wands, and the Empress. Aw, yeah. I think that the changes coming about for you are really going to signify almost like, I want to say, like a death of the person, the shadow self within you that has been very much kind of, like it says, self-limiting yourself when it comes to, having the harmonious relationships and bringing about the change in 2024 that you very much want. I think that you are going to be very much in an energy of moving on. And that doesn't necessarily mean a relationship. I think you are just moving on from that part of yourself that you recognize is problematic. This energy is moving very, very quickly, and you are finally able to take that part of you and let it fly, essentially. This is similar to pile one in the Empress piece, where you are giving birth to a new part of yourself that is going to be following the death of something very significant. And I think that has a lot to do with your negative, ability to be very self-limiting and have negative thoughts that really affect your personal relationships and what you want for you in your in your life. There's two things of Ten of Swords here, and this particular deck is interesting in the fact that the Ten of Swords for this particular gentleman has a lot to do with achieving a lot of wisdom, essentially. It's an alternative card, and this particular variation kind of considers the Ten of Swords in association with realizing and completion of like this mental progression. So coming full circle, and you were the one that got the Wheel of Fortune in a couple pieces of this particular reading. This is a positive thing. It's very much an increase in mental power and knowledge, as opposed to, you know, sticking in the negative shadow side of yourself, and really mastering your mind and your thoughts, and kind of, you know, being wiser from all the experiences that you have gone through. But, you know, with the other one here, the Ten of Swords, the traditional version, I think it's really funny that you got both Tens of Swords here. You know, this is in this particular deck is more of a different ending, with the tail of the Ten of Swords. This one has to do with the ending of a very much of a mental cycle, per se. This gentleman right here, you know, he's stabbed in the back, and he's attempting to raise himself up from this path, and there's this person who's coming to him, and is, you know, you don't know who this is, you don't know if they're going to help him, but it's, you know, this particular interpretation, I do think that this is something, again, that signifies the end of something, and you realizing that part of this self-limiting belief and moving on from the shadow self side of you is very much going to be in conjunction with having the support and love of someone who is very important to you. So the person who we were talking about in the relationship before, you know, I really do think is very much somebody who you can rely on to kind of understand and see where you are at in this journey, and really say, hey, I got you. I will, I'll help you up out of this. So yeah, just, take this as it resonates, and hopefully with 2024 coming very soon, this gave you a little bit of an idea as to what is coming into fruition for you this year. So if you enjoyed your reading, I'm going to leave this here for you. I would appreciate it if you consider like, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. That's the easiest way that you can support me. And hopefully I will see you again in my next reading. Take care. Hey there, Pile 3. If you chose the red jasper stone, this will be your reading for all things 2024. We are going to take a look at your overall energies, then we're going to take a look at career, money, and your relationships, and then get some advice at the end. I did pull a Bohemian Tarot, which is only the major arcana in this particular deck, so that we can take a look and see what your overall energy is going to be for 2024. And for you, we have the Death card, very much spiritual transformation and new beginnings. But obviously this means that there's going to be an end to something. So let's take a look and see what is leaving you in 2024. Transformation for 2024 sounds actually like you're going to be putting in a lot of work, is what I kind of see. Let's take a look. One more shuffle here. And hey, I cannot do this today. It's better than the Tower, usually, right? I don't know if I'd rather want to see, I definitely probably wouldn't want to see the Tower at this point in life right now. Let's take a look and see. Watch the Tower card pop out, and I'm going to have to eat my own words. For Pile 3, What do we have to say to pile 3 for overall energy? Anything else? That one. Okay. Decent amount of stuff here. So we got the 7 of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Cups, and the Sun. You know, every single reading, pile 1, 2, and 3, has gotten the Sun. And pile 2 got the Wheel too. So a lot of you, or some of you I should say, if you felt drawn to a particular card and then, you know, or pile, and then maybe chose a different one at the last minute, I would probably say go back to that one and listen to that one too, because there may be specific messages there for you in different aspects and different ways that might resonate with you. So but for you, pile 3, we do have some sort of significant transformation coming. I do think that with you, this has a lot to do with kind of leaving behind a lot of energy in the past year or so that has been extremely draining to you mentally and physically. I do think that there was a lot of, I don't want to say negative energy coming at you, but life and the universe was really kind of throwing things at you to the point where you felt that, you know, there was just like no end in sight. And I do think that your overall energy for 2024 is that you are very much leaving that behind. The wheel is now coming to a stopping point, and you are going to be able to release yourself from that particular energy and really embrace the 7 of Wands energy here, where, you know, things are going to be coming at you, but you are going to be in a way, or in an attitude of being extremely mentally resilient. I think what you have gone through before had a lot to do with taxing you again physically and mentally, just the stress. And what this did teach you is that you have so much more strength and resilience in you that you possibly could imagine. I really do think that you are coming into an energy in 2024 where nothing is going to be able to touch you negatively. You are going to be on this path of, I don't want to say a spiritual enlightenment, but just kind of a sense of knowing that everything is going to be okay, and realizing that you are not in control of the situation, and just kind of, you know, being like the river where you're going to flow to where things have, where the universe is guiding you, instead of thinking that whatever, and kind of knowing what your path is going to be, because nobody ever does. And I do think that you had some preconceived notions as to where and how things were going to come to fruition, and there was nothing but challenges and challenging things that were coming at you, and you are going to be leaving all of this behind in 2024. I think that, like I said, you were taught some significant resilience, and the reassurance is that, you know, your period of challenge is over. The 10 of Cups and the Sun card here, both beautiful energies of just abundance and happiness and warmth, and all things that are good in life are very much going to be coming your way. The wheel has, you know, finally shifted, and you will be out of that energy completely for 2024. So let's take a look at your career first. And for that, we are going to grab the Map Oracle, and we have number 6 with the Mountain. The Mountain for number 6 is really about having the capacity to overcome every obstacle, which we discussed just a little bit ago in your overall reading, because you have built up such a tolerance and resilience, resilient nature, that there really isn't anything that is insurmountable that they can throw in front of you. You have the ability to kind of look at this mountain and be like, yeah, I'm gonna, like, you know, chisel away at it, or I'm just gonna climb it, like one of the two. But you have that ability to really knowing what you can kind of use as a hurdle, or you can take one step at a time. The mountain is, this confirmation that there's always going to be challenges in front of you. And 2024 is not going to be without its challenges for sure. But I think with the resilience and the strength that you have really pulled from your inner self is really going to make it so that the things that do come up in 2024 are not necessarily like a piece of cake, but it's not going to be setting you back into that darker energy of negativity that you felt in the past year or so. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we can find, actually I'm going to use my Rider-Waite for this one. Career and finance usually best done with Rider-Waite, just what I feel. And I'm sorry about the lighting. It's getting a little dark outside, and I'm using the window as natural light, and it's it's a dreary, dreary day here with lots of rain today. All right, so for pile 3, I know you wanted. What do we got going on for career for pile 3? Anything else? Not very many messages when it comes to career today, maybe? Yeah, I think there's just simplicity. I don't know why, but I'm just getting this whole simple vibe going on. King of Pentacles. We got the 6 of Wands. The 4 of Pentacles. What is going on here? How am I going to make this symmetrical? How am I going to do it? The Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles. And then we have the 2 of Wands and the Lovers. So you have a particular decision to make. I do think that you are somebody who is already extremely prosperous in your career when it comes to even finances. Your career and finances are going to be kind of going hand in hand, but I do think that there is this overwhelming sense of this flow of abundance. You have really played your cards right, and the choice you are going to have to make in 2024, I think, is going to be to continue on your current path or really shake things up and venture out into, newer waters. I think that you are somebody that is successful in a lot of financial and career ways in ways that a lot of people don't understand. This might be something that just comes very naturally to you. I do get the sense that you are somebody who's very good with numbers. I don't know why that popped in, but take it as it resonates. You're very cautious, and you are somebody who knows how to invest their time and energy and even resources very wisely. There is a King of Pentacles energy here where I kind of feel like you have mastered what you're at right now, and it might be time to shake things up. You have been victorious, and with the Mountain card here especially, I think that you need a challenge. I think that with your career, this might be something that you have been in for a very long time, and maybe you're bored. I do think that you are very satisfied in this particular way, but I do think your satisfaction is going to possibly diminish to a certain extent, because it's just going to become very routine and mundane. This is obviously something that you have, like I said, you have very much mastered and have been very successful with for a great many years. I do think that you are going to be presented in 2024 with a choice to make a new move, and this could very much be a travel opportunity, relocating for a job somewhere, or just embarking on a completely new path that you have never been on before. I do think whatever you choose is going to very much resonate with you emotionally, and you're going to be that person who just when something feels right, that you are just going to go for it. I don't think that there's a lot of element of risk here when it comes to this decision. That's not to say that you are going to, it's not going to be, have obstacles like the mountain here, but I do think, number one, you know how to climb these mountains. Number two, I think that you need a little bit of challenge when it comes to your career aspect in your life in order so that you don't get stale and bored and lose kind of lose that motivation and drive. But also, I think that this is going to be another journey that you embark on that will be extremely financially lucrative to you. So they're very much what I see is going to be some sort of new financial opportunity coming to you in 2024 that is really going to shake things up and bust you out of your comfort zone, as far as it being a completely new location or a new venture or something, a division maybe of your work that you've never worked in before. So let's say let's say you're a person who works in healthcare and have always been very patient, healthcare driven as far as clinically, and then you decide to go into, a more financial piece. There's something here that is going to be very challenging for you, but you are up for the challenge and very much able to venture off into these new opportunities. However, I do want to say that if you do not choose this particular choice that's coming in 2024, you are still going to maintain your stability. You just might be a little bored and, kind of realize later on that maybe you might have missed the boat. So, but hey, you know what? If you're happy doing what you're doing right now, there will definitely be more of that to come. But there will be an opportunity to kind of expand your horizons and really venture into other things that you have never thought possible. So that's what I see for your career reading. Let's now take a look at your financial situation for 2023. And for that, we got a couple of the finance oracles. That's not my term. Fortune oracles. We have the Phoenix and we have Patience. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. And Patience, slow down, change your attitude, and clear your mind. So, for the Phoenix and Patience, this, if you can't see this is number 24 and number 25, two cards that immediately follow each other. And I do actually kind of feel like these are more like what is happening in order. So for you in 2024, I do think that you are going to be going through a pretty significant issue when it comes to, your money situation, your finances. The patience piece, I do think, is you need to, you may be feeling anxious or worried a lot about the financial piece right now. And maybe it has a lot to do with taking some risks that you typically would not have taken. In your career reading, it looks like you're very much somebody who has kind of stuck to the tried and true ways and really built on being very conservative in their approach. And I do think that you are being encouraged to not spread yourself too thin when it comes to taking certain things on and when it comes to money. So if there's a lot of financial investment that you or resources that you need to draw on right now, kind of take a little bit more of a conservative approach, and accept, be okay with the fact that some projects or, jobs or resources are just not going to, are going to be a little chaotic is what I'm seeing. There is going to be, maybe you're somebody who is getting ready to spend large amounts of money on a particular investment, like saying remodeling a home or investing in a particular business or something like that. I do think that you are being called to kind of just clear your mind, kind of change your attitude when it comes to feeling comfortable with the rapid state of change. I think that there's going to be, like it says with the Phoenix here, that things are going to seem pretty dire when it comes to the resource and financial piece. Maybe you have all these ideas or need for finances to improve to a certain degree before you can actually move forward with the project, but it's not there. I think that with the rising of the Phoenix here, that's pretty much what it is, you're going to go through this period of uncertainty, and that you are being encouraged to be patient and really understand that there is going to be a lot of necessary changes that are going to come about in order to make this a really improved situation with your career, finances, kind of combined is what I'm trying to say. There is going to be something like possibly a project or possibly, like I said, a financial adventure that is going to not quite give you the results that you are looking for, but I do think you're being called to, kind of stay the course and really make sure that, you keep your attitude and positivity in line with what your goals are, because the Phoenix is all about transformation, like what you got with the Death card, where it's just kind of rising from the ashes. And, when you think all is lost, it's just, oh, boom, here we go. We're gonna take a swift turnaround and really reverse things in our favor, if that makes sense. All right, what do we see, pile 3, for money? Oh, you got the Wheel of Fortune card again. Anything else? I always feel like I need to ask. Anything else, my dear spirit? Okay, nada. And I don't know why, but the Queen of Pentacles showed up on the back. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. And again, I do think that you are coming out of, or going to experience early in 2024, a period of financial, not crisis, but the fact that you are going to be going through a significant challenge in regards to your money situation that is going to not come full circle, but finally switch in your favor. I do see the 2 of Cups here and growth with the 7 of Cups. We have the beautiful 10 of Pentacles, which is all about abundance. And we have the Queen of Wands. We have this beautiful fire energy here, especially with the Phoenix and, the Queen of Wands. And I think that the Phoenix and the Queen of Wands are kind of running in tangent with each other, where you are going to have this very much beautiful sense of renewal and kind of success for whatever this venture is financially. And, with this patience and, the resilience that you have kind of built up, I do think that you are now kind of embodying this Queen of Wands energy in 2024, where you're in a very steady state of calm and understanding that, the Wheel of Fortune is always going to turn, and this time it's going to turn in your favor. There's a lot of emphasis on being successful in the home, and being kind of very nurturing to these particular opportunities that are coming your way, with success and in financial aspects. And there's going to be a lot of abundance when it comes to home and family. The 10 of Pentacles here is exactly the same thing. This is, you being able to kind of reap what you sow, essentially, and, a lot of harmony coming into fruition with whatever financial venture that you are being called to take, journey to go down when it comes to that. The 10 of Pentacles is going to be a direct result of you kind of being patient and kind of putting in the work and realizing that you are going to see the outcome, and it's not going to be immediate, but it's going to be slow. So go ahead and plant your seeds and just kind of stay in that energy of growth mindset and really understand that there are going to be some risk and some, little challenges involved, but you are being called to be patient and really kind of stay the course. So that is awesome. Also, very good for financial. Always love seeing the Ten of Pentacles when it comes to financial outcomes and things like that. All right, so now it brings us to love and relationships and what we got going on here for love and relationships. Okay, we have calling in your soulmate and love yourself first. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together, and your self-respect makes you even more romantically attractive. Yes, that is true too. Loving yourself first comes with that quiet confidence that you have that is extremely attractive to others. So we're definitely loving that, aren't we? Let's take a look, because calling in your soulmate is very specific. And for those of you, soulmate doesn't necessarily have to be a lover. But in this particular reading, because we're looking at love and relationships, I do think that there is somebody coming in who is going to help you to love yourself first. That is kind of the sense that I'm getting. But let's take a look and see. And you know what? I'm going to turn on the light because it is just getting a little too dark for me to see adequately. It's a little better. Didn't want to get up and go all the way over to the light switch. Okay, so for pile 3, love and relationships, what we got, Spirit? This one wants to come out. It was showing himself. Oh, the moon. Interesting. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got the Hanged Man. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We got the Hanged Man. We have the Moon, the Five of Swords, and then, of course, I drop a card. This happened every single reading. Man. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, let me make sure all this is in the frame. Okay. So for you, pile 3, I see a period of time in 2024 where you are going to be kind of in a state of waiting, and the person that is going to be coming in for you right now, I do see 2 people actually coming in, and this is more for you single people, and the fact that I see 2 very different people who are going to be entering your life, and you are going to really have to make a conscious effort to stay away from the one that does not have your best interest in heart at heart. I think you are, very much in a period of waiting for, the soulmate connection to come in. But I think that you are still on this particular transformative journey of loving yourself first. There may be, I do get the sense that there is something coming in that you don't see coming per se. And it's not the person that you want first. I think this is really annoying me. And then I screwed it up there too. Bah, there. I have to have them all just so. Okay, here we go. So again, there's going to be 2 people coming in, and you're in this kind of period of waiting at this point. You may be feeling very down on yourself after choosing or spending time with a person that did not have your best interests at heart. The Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles are here, and I really do think that this is somebody who is coming in with a lot of flair and kind of sweeps you off your feet, but there's something very dark and shadowy about this person that is not to be trusted, versus the second person that's going to be coming in 2024 that really is going to be this soulmate and supportive person that you are looking for. I think that what is coming in 2024 is a period of time where you go through this particular first person that is not the person that does not have your best interests at heart, and probably is just toying with you and dangling your heart, is going to show you that you have these particular need to pay attention to what you want and not being the people pleaser that it looks like you are in relationships, that you do need to very much love yourself first and treat yourself with a healthy dose of self-respect. I do think that for you, you are somebody who is very sweet and very accommodating and non-confrontational. And people take advantage of that. I do think that the first person coming in 2024 significant is going to not be is going to be in this energy of really keeping things, not showing their true self to you. But I think you're going to be able to see that after a period of time. And then really afterwards, it's really going to teach you to put yourself first and focus on your self-esteem and making sure you are the best person that you can be for, and not changing, just because somebody doesn't agree, with who you are or what you're doing. There's a really awesome quote, and I cannot remember what it is verbatim, but it has to do with, if somebody says you're too much, then you know what, they can't show up for you, and be enough for you. Essentially, I probably just butchered it. That was absolutely a terrible quote, but pretty much you are never too much. The person that is coming at you saying that you're too much is just not enough for you. And I think that this is something you are going to realize and finally understand, about yourself before you can get this soulmate energy coming in. Again, your self-respect and taking care of yourself first is going to make you more romantically attractive. People really like that the self-esteem and the confidence that people have. And you are going to have to really understand and be aware of your boundaries and really pay attention to what they are and how to maintain those in order to, kind of weed out the people that don't have your best interests in heart and are just playing with you. That's this person over here. They're just playing with you. All right. But that being said, I do want to get a couple more cards here when it comes to... I just want a clarification on this soulmate person coming in, though. Okay, yeah. Anything else? There was one that just popped. Okay. So for the soulmate coming in, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Aw, slow and steady and very... Oh, that's a wonderful energy, actually. And the Four of Swords. Okay, yeah. This person is really going to make you feel at peace. And I think, especially with the Hanged one here, is you are being asked to look at something from a different perspective and consider something that is maybe the opposite of what you've always been attracted to. And one card did decide to, again, go flying. And it was the Nine of Wands. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Well, the person that's going to be coming in for this particular soulmate energy, I really do think is going to bring you a lot of peace and rest. This person is not going to tax you mentally, and it's the Four of Swords is always a good open because it has a lot good omen is what I'm trying to say. Okay, Samson, you need to chill out over there. I do think that you are going to be able to rest and not be on your guard and finally really feel like you're being taken care of is what I get the sense of. And that's not something that is ever really attracted to you before. I think you are a very independent individual who likes to do things their own particular way, and is very much taking charge of certain ways. But the Knight of Pentacles here is kind of about very slow, thoughtful, dutiful. This is somebody who doesn't like to rush, but is really somebody who is cautious by nature and does not take those particular risks. This person is not going to waste your time, and they're going to be very, very forthcoming with how they want to pursue you, and you are going to have a wonderful sense of peace and just an understanding that this is the person that is going to give you that emotional love and rest that you need so badly. And then with the Nine of Wands here, I do want to just kind of say with that has a lot to do with, this is kind of a wounded warrior type person, but I think you're being guarded against being advised that this is a card of defense. And if you've been hurt like in the past, like what we're talking with this person who is going to come before this particular person, it makes sense that you would be more suspicious and want to protect yourself because old wounds don't heal quickly. But that being said, I do think that you're going to have to rely on your intuition and your resiliency and really understand that, even though you might be weary, the person that's coming in is coming to give you some spiritual and emotional rest, and you'll know it when you see it. So that's how I think your soulmate's going to go. Okay, so let's put those to the side and get rid of the relationship part of the reading, and then let's get some basic advice from Spirit. We got strength and we got rest. Wow, those are kind of dual opposites, right? It's like, okay, be strong but rest at the same time. So the final advice and energy for all of 2024, like I said, it is strength and rest. And we did see that quite a bit in your reading, where you have that resiliency and the strength to propel you forward. You've been through the challenges, and you are definitely on a transition of self-discovery, especially with the Death card that you got a little bit ago. And I think this is going to be your period of time and relationships where you're kind of repairing yourself from within and maybe having a new relationship with yourself. I think with the Rest card here, like it says, you are being called to really listen to your body mentally and physically and pay attention to its own needs. Again, with the last card that we saw, loving yourself first is very much another card. And same thing with the Four of Swords that we got in combination with your soulmate energy is, this is going to be a lot of, I think 2024 is going to test some of your strength, and you are also going to find great harmony and great rest with it. So let's see if we can get just a few more. This final advice card, Spirit, for 2024. Meh. Okay. So we have, oh, we got the moon again. The Magician. Oh, you've gotten the Magician earlier. Three of Wands. Yep. The Moon. Eight of Swords. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah. I do think you are coming into, you know, I'll show you, you know, your last, your death card that you got here. And I do think this is kind of something that is going to be coming full circle for you. You did have the Wheel of Fortune card in a handful of these, part of these readings as well. And I do think that there is a lot of transformation going here, both spiritually, both mentally. And you're coming to terms with a lot of different endings that are in 2024. There's a lot that remains to be seen, and you are very much somebody who is able of manifesting this great, amazing, abundant life in 2024, so long as you really draw within yourself for the wisdom and paying attention to the things that are not so obvious, the things that you feel like you need, and really kind of taking a jump to trust where you are headed in this particular year. I think that for a lot of 2024, you are being advised to kind of stay again out of that mentality that you have of possibly being kind of thinking too much about being focused on the negative aspects of things and being able to, you know, see the growth and potential that you have gotten out of it. But there is a very particular level of transformation here that is going to, you know, require an alternating part of strength, being able to be strong to overcome specific obstacles, and then also being able to give yourself that love and rest that your, you know, your body and your spirit and your mind just desperately need. So I do think that there is, you know, a path that is going to be coming before you that is going to be very illuminated, not too far in the distant future. And I do think that with, you know, with everything that you've been through, you do have that wisdom and intellectual side of you to be able to manifest yourself into these situations and bring about great transformation and just pretty much, you know, create magic out of nothing. That's what the Magician does. And you know, with the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands here, there is a lot of, this is going to go quick. I think that 2024 is going to be a year of, it's just going to be a fast moving year. I think we're going to come back here at the beginning of 2025 and you're going to be like, oh my God, where the heck did 2024 go? But just be careful. I think with the Eight of Swords here, there is always a sense that you may feel like you are being bound by what is the things that are happening to you, and just really stay out of that, that mindset. Always, I think you're being asked to constantly stay in 2024 in this transformative and growth mindset that is being laid before you. And it's not going to be super obvious, but I really do think that, you know, by the end of 2024, you're going to be able to look back and just be like, wow, I have really come very far. And you'll be able to see all the significant milestones that you have achieved in order to get you to this particular place of transformation. So, well, that is what I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed your reading, I would very much appreciate it if you take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. That is the easiest way you can help me with my channel. And again, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year, and I hope to see you again in your next reading. Take care.